What's up, Daily Fab Gamers? Thank you so much for watching my stream. Before we jump into this red-hot action, let's review the rules. Don't be a dick. This should go without saying, but better safe than sorry. Chat with me. You know that I can talk at my computer for hours, but it's more fun when my computer talks back. And let's have a good time. I'm here to get sweaty, but that doesn't mean we can't have fun while I do it. Use the chat command deck for a link to the list I'm playing here. It's also in the video description. Some of these decks are sick, and you might want to play them in real life. In that case, let me refer you to Hamel from the Bazaar. It's never been more affordable to play in the flesh and blood. Players have been buying the cards they need from Hamel for years. I started shopping from him in 2023 and have never found a better deal. The Bazaar's prices are the lowest for singles, full sets, and class sets, including new releases. Omens of the Third Age set bundles are available now and ship both domestically and internationally. Use the chat command HAMEL for contact info, then reach out on Blue Sky, Discord, email, or Twitter to see what he can do for you. Using the data command will produce a link to Fablazing.com, the best source for deck list, matchup, and tournament data. Do you have too much money? Give some of it to me. Custom channel tokens, as used by 2025 US National Champion and World's 2025 Top 8 competitor Majin Bay, are available from my Ko-Fi. Follow my tournament journey and spam the coolest emojis by becoming a channel member. And remember that channel members get matchup guides, post-game notes, elevated chat privileges, and more. Now settle in and get cozy because the stream begins now. What's up, everyone? Happy Thursday. Thank you for joining me again on, Daily Fab Gameplay for 3 days a week. We're talking Jarl. The boy is, I think, definitively the best Guardian at this point. I think he would have been better than Victor if Victor was still legal but didn't have Remembrance. And now without Remembrance or Victor, Jarl is definitely the best Guardian. Not that competition is super stiff. The Guardians that exist now are not great, but they're here and they're available and you could play them, but I hope you play Jarl instead because he's pretty cool. So we need to update the list. As you can see, Remembrance is not legal in Classic Constructed. Victor is also LL'd. Grindstone is LL'd. And the meta has shifted quite a bit, I think, in the last week since National season ended. Jarl picked up 4 Nationals wins in the last week, I think spiking quite a bit in certainly winners representation, but tournament representation, top 8, day 2, what have you. People are onto the tech, so we need to update the list. We also need to adjust for the fact that Dash.io is much better in a post-Victor world. Syndra is definitely a threat in a post-Victor world. Fi is still kind of kicking around. I think he's probably better than Syndra, but he definitely loses points to Syndra without Victor around. Gravy Bones, I think, will still have representation at the Pro Tour and for your local scene. If there are local gravies, they might still be kicking around, but we definitely don't need all of the tech that we had previously. We don't need the Midas touches. We don't need Pilfer. I do want to bring E-Strikes back in, but we'll get to that. So I have 10 cards that I want to put into my Jarl list post-Victor to accommodate for the Rise of Dio, the Rise of the Mirror, general Guardian and Gravy hate, the Rise of Fi, Syndra, some other heroes that we're not playing 3 Blizzards into but would play 1 or 2, and then Channel Ice Lock Blade is just a card that's really come up in my estimation. So before anything else, we get to remove 3 Remembrances, which is great because I personally hate that card. I played it because I had to, not because I wanted to. Also, removing Midas Touch and Ripple Away. These are both good cards. Midas is one of the best ways that we have to deal with Gravy Bones. Tunic Midas is such an easy play to destroy any ally, but specifically looking at Rigor Mortis, Scuba, even a late game Whaler, if you have to block out, put 12 in front of a Whaler and then Tunic Midas it, that's a game-winning play. But I'm not expecting a ton of gravies, and I don't really know that I need to tech for it as heavily as I was. I think for the most part, E-Strikes are going to be enough. E-Strikes also help in the Guardian Mirror. They let you... What shield do we want in the mirror? I think I'm pretty happy with Stalagmite. I'm also boarding out Rampart, so definitely Stalagmite. The thing that Stalagmite does really well in the mirror, Guardian and Jarl specifically, is it has 2 block to cover Oakenold, and it gives a Frostbite for CNC Pummel off Tunic, and E-Strike Hammer off blue Tunic. So between Stalagmite, Gauntlet, Crown of Providence, and a 3-block from hand, you can fully block out an Oakenold. You also do get to interact with your opponent's like 3-card plays. So I do like Stalagmite. I also don't think that Rampart is really worth playing anymore. You certainly could. It has a good utility against Marlin and Valda, but I really wanted it for Gravy, and I'm expecting fewer gravies, so I don't care as much about Rampart. I'd rather use the space for something else. We're still keeping Balance of Justice. I was already on it because it's very good into Dio and Phi, and I'm now expecting to see more of those heroes. Goosey asks thought on Blue Winter's Bite. It's a good card. It blocks 2, and I don't like it because of that. I think it's going to be less good in the Guardian Mirror and against the aggressive heroes. I'd rather be blocking or looking for Frostfangs or being disruptive in some other way. The utility I get from having Blue Winter's Bite is, in my opinion, does not counteract the fact that it blocks 2 in every other matchup. But speaking of blue ice cards, I'm really down on Channel Mount Ison, and I'm really up on Channel Ice Lock Glaze. It's a card that I've been very impressed with as I've been playing more of it. Just, like, it's such a good anti-aggro tool, because the Syndra or Dio or Phi needs to pitch to clear the Frostbite before they can play their arsenal. So Syndra needs to clear the Frostbite to play out whatever is in the arsenal. Dio can't have a starter. Phi can't have a combo piece in arsenal. You are just going to get people with Ice Lock Glaze. You also get to do a really neat trick with Ice Lock Glaze where the opponent has an open armor slot. You play Ice Lock, they get a Frostbite. You keep Ice Lock Glaze, they do something to clear the Frostbite and attack because they want to play the arsenal, and then you Stalagmite block, and now your opponent can't play their arsenal again until they clear the Frostbite again. Channel Mount Ison is very much a mirror hate piece. It's a great way to close a game out once you're both in like 3rd cycle. But I agree, Rando, Ison feels like it's not for this meta. It's a blue block 3. I like being at 32 blues, so that's why I'm keeping Channel Mount Ison instead of like Ripple Away or Glacial Footsteps or Cranial Crush or a better Guardian blue. But if nothing else, it is a blue block 3 and it's ice for fusing with Oakenold and Frozen to Death in the matchups where that matters. But what I am doing in some of my matchups is I will board out Channel Mount Ison for a single copy of Blizzard, and then also have 2 more copies of Blizzard for Syndra, Phi. But against like Marionette, I'll play 1 Blizzard. Against a Puffin, I'll play 1 Blizzard. The decks where they either run a decent enough number of blues that I'm not super confident I get them with Blizzard, or like a Marionette who just has a ton of reactions, so sometimes you Blizzard the Calycera and then they just put in like, put 3 reactions on top of it. 3 Ice Barrier Red? What is an Ice Barrier? Barrier. You gotta be more specific. I'm not super, regardless of what it is, I'm not super excited about putting in reds. 32 blues already feels a little tight at times. Is this 79 cards? What's the last one? Shield Beater, because we need Hate for the Mirror. Blizzard 2 of, I thought that as well, and I wouldn't be offended if anyone played 2 Blizzards. The thing is, you really need a Blizzard when Art of Phoenix Wars you. I've played enough games with 2 Blizzards where I just didn't have it. I had not seen one by the time they Phoenix War me. There's such a huge difference between having the 3rd Blizzard to see it more often and having the 2 of, that I really think 3 Blizzards is worthwhile. Against and Syndra, you are going to be blocking 3 with Blizzard. Against if they have the blue, you're getting their Emberblade attack. Against Syndra, they're pitching at least Ice Quake. I'm not a fan. I get why Allen is on it. I'm not a fan of it. I don't want 2 blocks. That's why I'm not playing Winter's Bite. So I'm not playing Winter's Bite, Ice Quake, Sprout Strength. The only 2 blocks I want in my deck are Fruits of the Forest, because it's extremely good and it just does the thing, and Frostfang, because it is our best disruptive attack when your opponent doesn't have armor. What's up, Caldwell? Blizzard is so good against wide decks that don't make action points. Even against decks that do make action points, like, I have won games off of Blizzarding a Acilio who breaks their breaks the Greaves on a Gone in a Flash. The Gone in a Flash doesn't have Go Again. They don't need to pay 2 for the Blizzard. You're just giving them a Frostbite, and that can be very relevant on the Acilio's combo turn, because they are accounting for you Stalagmiting. They're not accounting for you Blizzarding. So they are anticipating using Tunic to pay through 1 Frostbite. They're not thinking about having to pay for a 2nd Frostbite. So Blizzard against Acilio on their combo turn still blocks 4 because they're pitching an instant that they would have been using to recur Gone in a Flash. Against or Syndra, if you have 2 Blizzards in hand, you just Arsenal one, or you play the 2nd one and you're like super getting them. I understand why you would only want 2 Blizzards in an 80. I felt the same way. I have tried 3, and I feel very confident that 3 is correct. How do I feel about the Pintor Nats list? I think for the most part it's a good deck. I personally don't like Boulder Drop more than I like Frostfang. Pablo also, like, super disrespected Gravy. He had there were no E-Strikes, there were no Pilfers, there were no Midas Touches. And I think in a smaller meta, if you know that there won't be Gravies, like, Pablo Pintor has got to be very in touch with the Spanish scene. If he knows for a fact that Gravy will not be represented, yeah, you cut all of that. But at a pro tour, where people are going to be bringing Gravy because there are Gravy diehards who just really believe in the deck and are good at it, if you roll up and you, like, fat stack a Gravy with no E-Strikes, no Midas, nothing that has Go Again on it, you just die. Ice Quake is pretty good using it with Hammer into Ally. I mean, that's still a 3-card play. If you're presenting Titan's Fist, you either need a Tunic or you need a 2nd card, 3rd card to play the Ice Quake. I mean, at that point, I'd rather play Sprout Strength. If I'm trying to not play E-Strike to deal with an ally, but still play something that has Go Again, I would play Sprout Strength over Ice Quake. Like, I see why Ice Quake is in the deck. I personally don't like it. Am I taking this Pro Tour? Yes. I am playing Jarl at Vegas. I think the only card in the 80 that I'm a little iffy on is Sigil of Solace. At PT, you'll probably need Midas, but you need to destroy the Compass fast to win against Gravy. Oh, for sure. But I have there are other cards you can play for Ice Fuse. I play Blizzards against Gravy. I think I'm on 2 Blizzards into Gravy, because it has utility into Gravy. You interrupt Leyline turns, you can interrupt Conqueror turns. It's a decent enough play out of Arsenal. Like, I am not worried about Ice Fuse. I'm also playing Channel Mount Ice, and because it is Ice. Sigil of Solace is very much a 78th, 9th, and 80th card. This could be Oasis Respite. It could be staunch responses. I like Sigil because it costs 0, which has utility against Aspelio. You can always bring it in as like the 61 second and third cards in the Guardian Mirror. It's good against Marionette because you get your 3 value, but you don't need to block, so you don't walk yourself into T-Tox or Shred. It's a good enough card that I like playing it, and I do like it in certain matchups, but this is definitely like, this could be anything else. Whatever you want to tech for, if you want to play Midas's for extra gravy hate, or you want to play Staunches for the mirror, or you want to play Boulder Drops, like something Colors of Aria, Channel Mount Heroic, something else, it could definitely be Sigil of Solace. E-Strike naturally tucks your Felling Oaken as well, so you don't have to pitch them, which is nice. E-Strike bailing you out of an all-red hand is so nice. Being able to just say, here's a 2-card 7, and I'm going to put this CNC or Mangle back under my deck where my blues are. Like, getting to say, block with Sync, E-Strike 7, bottom a thing. Very good, and it bails you out of the all-red hand. So I do like E-Strike as my, this is gravy hate, it's good in the mirror. So that's what I am bringing to Vegas. This, something like it, I might make last minute changes, but for the most part, I've been liking 32 blues in testing. I've seen some Jarls are starting to go down on Plow Unders, which I definitely respect. It's like, Felling is the best card in your deck. Plow Under is very much, like, sometimes it's CNC, but bad. But if nothing else, it's a yellow Earth 3 block. Do you have a sideboard guide somewhere? I do. You will need to subscribe as a member to the YouTube channel, but then you get not only the Jarl guide with buttons, you also get this thing, which is this. You get the testing notes, which I'm going to be filling out as I go. So you get the deck list. You also get testing notes. So win, loss, what was the game plan? Did I go first or second? How did the game go? Really, like, it's a codex journal, but Chrome. Also, sorry about light mode. I apologize. So that's the deck. Let's get some games with it. I mean, that's also what I play on stream, is the version with buttons to make sideboarding easier on my end. So yeah, Brandon, just, you know, join as a YouTube member. Plus, you get cool emotes. You get to do stuff like this. How cool is that? I promise I'm going to make a Jarl one at some point. So it's Marlin, so we're going to lose the game. We are bringing Barkskin into Marlin. I'm not a Pummel believer. Sending back-to-back Palantir at a Jarl Call, you're evil. Oh good, our opponent doesn't want to play the game. Cool. Marlin is really... Oh, Kassai is also really tough. So, we're in danger here too. Against Kassai, I am not looking to pitch stack. I do want... I'm sort of anticipating the game going to second cycle, but I want Titan's Fist, so I can easily clear a ally. We're playing all the D-Reacts. We are playing some Blizzards. I'm not playing Frostfangs. This is comment on Talk a Big Game and was wondering if the Talk a Big Game Thrive doubling season interaction is what they were worried about. That's very aggressively medium. If that's what they were worried about, like, alright. This Kassai is probably fat stacking us, which is fair. I personally don't try to fatigue her, but it could happen. If I was going first, I would play out this Imposing and put a -1 counter on the Grains so that my opponent blocks worse. I am never trying to break Dynamo with Frozen to Death or Mangle. If it happens, great. Like if the Kassai has a pretty mediocre turn and can't reset the Dynamo, or like had to block down on CNC, like anticipated the pummel, put their entire hand in front of it, and then I draw into the Frozen to Death, like that's when I'll do it. But I'm never like crumbling a Dynamo. So this is interesting. I do need to turn this on. I'm sort of waiting to see what the rest of her hand is. I'm not opposed to blizzarding here. I just want to know if there's like... She pitched a blue, so she can pay for it. You think Lyeth is more likely the one who will break? Yeah, that's fair. So this is interesting. I wish I still had that Oakenold, which would be cool. But even then, we're just getting a bunch of armor. I anticipated her doing something else. I also like have Command and Conquer in the deck, so I don't super mind. Oh, what's up, Goosey? Thank you for subbing. I also don't super mind, like, a CNC. Instead of an Oakenold, it is unfortunate that I would have been able to Oaken here and it would have been sick. And then we're going to Arsenal the Blizzard. The Kassai not having Crown of Providence makes me feel good about CNC. This is fine. This is very much like, I wish I had Oakenold. But how could I have possibly known that? See how she's gonna block. Her giving me armor here is pretty good if it's like not Dynamo. If she gives me Grains or Braveforge here, it's nice because it opens up Mangle to have text. Well, you can't de-react this Kassai, so you either have like 2 take it on the chins, or you forgot that CNC has text. I'm arsenaling the Blizzard because it's good. It's a card that I like to have against Kassai. If it wasn't Blizzard, if it was some other blue, I would have played Imposing and just like found a crumble to crumble the grains. I am not super close to decomposing. Their win con is flood the board. No hot streak, probably not trying to fatigue. Yeah, I suspect that they are just playing to not get fatigued. Her playing a bunch of cards in the deck is pretty okay for me. It just means that, like, she's got a bunch of junk. I can decide how I want to handle this felling. I could play baby felling. It's just not really exciting. And whatever she's trying to do, I'm suspecting there's Go Again here, which I'm holding the Blizzard for. Or she doesn't do anything, and my line is, like, discard fruits, send baby felling. Which is not ideal. You know, I'd rather have felling come in for 4, but, like, so far her turns have been bad. I guess she's fat stacking and just, like, is not finding the cards she needs. Technically, she's winning the fatigue race because she's not spending cards from her deck to block me, who is spending cards from deck, but, like, it just doesn't seem good. Like, I don't know. Dynamo slice is fine. I like getting a red slice. At this point, I'm looking to pitch this Mangle. So what I'm probably doing here, depending on her line, I'm just going to block with Plow, and then my turn is going to be play Felling, pitch Blizzard, bottom Mangle, so that I have Mangle next to my Pulse of Ice and Loft. I'm taking 3 to do it. I suppose if this is Blood Follows Blade, then I'm pretty sad about it. She has not drawn a card. It just has the there's no follow-up to this. So now what I'm likely doing is just Titans fisting the Sellsword, pitching my Mangle. I'll IP the Felling. Just get the Sellsword off the board. I still have the Blizzard to deal with. Go Again on the next turn. That's 1 Blood Follows Blade down. Like, do I wish that I could have sent the Felling at face? Sure, but this is still fine. I'm in a fine position. He'll probably not look to play this Blizzard. It depends on what her line is. But laying down the Blizzard, if I can just, like, block, is going to be better for me. So that I save this for when I do have the ability to Arsenal. For one thing, I don't want any of these blues in my Arsenal. But for another, I'd have to have 4 cards to really make use of this Blizzard. To go, like, Felling, pitch, bottom, Arsenal. So depending on what her line is, we may just be, like, blocking down, Blizzarding, taking the go again, and then sending the Felling after she hopefully gets stuck holding some cards. The fact that she doesn't have to pitch for the Sabers is not great for me. This does not currently have go again. She is not currently active. So I like blocking like this. Give her the Stalagmite to force her to need to start pitching. And then I can Blizzard her. Cull will stop it. Knock it off. Alright, so she is Blizzarded. We use the Stalagmite there to bait the card. And then we, I mean, this is fine. I'll take 2. We got a Blade Flurry out of the deck. Yeah, she makes a copper, but I'm not as concerned about it. And then we're going to discard Fruits and send Felling. And she doesn't Arsenal a card, so we feel pretty good. Blood on her hands goes to the bottom of the deck. We gain our 2, we send our 8. We have a Macho in the pitch stack. We're saving the Stalagmite now. I don't have any way to recur my attacks from Graveyard. I'm not playing So tomorrow. I guess I technically have, like, Fruits, Everbloom. But I'm not overly concerned about, like, oh no, I banished a Felling. I think this is going well. We've seen 1 Blood Follows Blade. She still only has 1 yellow in the board. We have time to find our D-Reacts. The only downside is that our Stalagmite has been used once. Oh my god, she's giving me more armor. This is incredible for me. It just means that Oakenolds are going to hit. Hey, it's this hand. We'll see what she does. What I'm likely looking to do here is, like, this is 3. It does not currently have go again. If she Blood Follows Blades this, I'm just waiting to see what she does. I am intending to, depending on her line, I am intending to sink the Mangle and then Arsenal this Rootbound. I do have the Earth to decompose. At this point, I'm just going to play the Rootbound and not decompose it. Cover the 3. And E-Strike 7, Arsenal sink. We put a Mangle back into the bottom of the deck. I considered trying to Arsenal the Mangle with so much armor having -1 counters on it, but I would rather have it for second cycle than, like, put myself in a position where I need to draw either Pummel or Crumble to fuse it. Also, like, it's kind of like we're pitch stacking a Guardian, where we want our big attacks at the bottom of the deck so that we can run her out of defense reactions. Alright, so she's going for it. She has Kassai. She's turned on Kassai. Opponent taking some real low value lines. They fat stacked me. So I kind of suspect that that's just what they have, is low value lines. So I need to decide how much I want to devote to stopping this gold. I have a bunch of armor, but she has 3 cards and her swords are free. I'm kind of thinking, like, what if I just didn't overcommit to stopping this? What if I took 5, see what the rest of the turn is? I don't super mind sending Oaken at this point. I also have a Mangle on the bottom of my deck, so I'm not overly enthusiastic about like pitching this Felling. What I'd like to do instead is play the Sink at some point. All right, let's do this. Sink below here, see if she has another reaction, if she's got like a Blade Flurry to get over this. To connect with the Blood Follows, but otherwise, yeah, we just mitigate the Sellsword. I'm happy to give my boots here. Depending on the rest of her turn, I might think about being more aggressive with blocks. But, like, she has no armor left. I'm pretty excited to send an Oaken here and take tempo. This is coming in for 3. Like, if I wanted to give Stalagmite here, I could. This definitely stops the gold connection. It uses my last Frostbite, which is why I'm considering not doing it. But I think this is probably fun. Let's give this a shot. It could be that this was bait, that this is just like a Sink below or something. But I want to keep her off of gold. And then be aggressive with Oaken. We'll Arsenal Felling. I'm going to pitch Channel Mount Ison. The big thing here is that I don't have armor anymore. I really want to block with my save my gauntlets for second cycle when I have my Mangles. We have an Oakenold. If she's D-React and Arsenal, she can stop this. Otherwise, I don't think she can. And this would be a line where, say she gives me, like... Does she have it? Does she have the 2? There's 1. Did I get baited? Sink, Shelter, Fate. Oh, I have not been baited. Okay, great. So that is not a D-React in Arsenal. So, like, here's a situation, because she doesn't have Go again, or, like, let's say she doesn't. If I draw Frozen to Death and a blue, I am 100% Frozen to Deathing the Dynamo. She does need to pay for this Saber. I think I'm pretty okay blocking with Ice-Lock Glaze and just saying, show me a reaction. Otherwise, I get to do Felling, bottom a D-React, Arsenal a D-React. Which means I might just play my Root Bound here. If I block 3, if she doesn't have this, she's got to have a reaction, or else she wouldn't have made this play. Ah, it's Glint. That's fine. This is what the reactions are for. Could have been Flurry. I was wondering if I should have thought about Glint there. This is a little low value to have to use the 2 D-Reacts like this, but I get to send Felling, it keeps her off of gold. And then I get to send big ol' Felling. Earth, action doesn't matter. We have one CNC, two CNCs left in the deck. We're looking for pummels as well. What's up, Rose? Rose, we're trying to kill a Kassai. We've kept her off of gold so far. We are realizing that we are very likely setting up for second cycle. Ooh, 3-card hand. Hey, it's frozen to death, which is not on time. Are we on Summit yet? Never, Drew. We will never be on Summit. Gorg Tome here is pretty good. I'm just looking to block. I'm looking to block with Autumn's Touch and Frozen to Death. I think I can put the Autumn's Touch in front of this. At the same time, there is no on-hit here. It's just that my hand is bad. I don't want these cards. Put an Autumn's Touch in front of this. The game's going well so far. It's just like, we have a lot of game left, you know? Riches. Riches just gives her a gold. That's cheating. I'm intending to block here as well. I guess I could block with Crumble. Interesting. Drawing there is a choice. Considering whether it's right to block with Crumble, I think it isn't. I give the Frozen to Death, and then I just send Plow. I was considering blocking with Crumble to keep the Frozen so that if she plays this card from hand, then I can fist for 4 and Arsenal the Plow instead of fisting for 3, but because I have Mangles left in my deck, I think it's important for me to set up the back-to-back Gauntlet Mangle turn. Earth, action. We sink the Arsenal, we get to send 6. I would have played Slice and activate Kassai. I mean, I think there were a lot of better options than what she did. I guess if you play Slice, you still can't activate Kassai. She's 1 yellow short. Gorg Tome only looks yellow, but it's actually colorless. Is this a decent spot to kill an armor? Yes, but no. So the 2 pieces of armor that I'm ever expecting to snipe both have -1 counters on them. I'm never crumbling Dynamo. It is way too easy for Kassai to take the counter off of Dynamo. Blocking with Raisin Army is good for me. It is way too easy for her to take the counter off Dynamo, and so if I'm going to Mangle or Frozen, these already have counters on them. Like, I'm fine. We do have an E-Strike Engrave, so this is absolutely a hand where if she doesn't present Kassai or like Spoils of War, I would 100% consider just taking damage, playing Everbloom Life, putting an E-Strike back in the deck, sending E-Strike for 7, and then arsenaling Shelter. So it's probably what I'm doing here. If she Blood Follows Blade to me, then I'm sad, but I'm also like, whatever. I can E-Strike Hammer. And I think this is better. The Everbloom line here is better than, like, trying to keep her off of another Grains activation. Oh, Frozen to Death Grains or Bracers? I guess I could have, huh? No, I'm not super interested in it. I want to keep up pressure. I liked sending the E-Strike there more than trying to Grains the thing. But I see what you're saying. And then we'll buff power. Someday I'll use this Tunic. Someday we're going to use a Tunic. There's the Dynamo. I get to Arsenal Shelter. The fact that we've already seen 2 Blood Follows Blades makes me feel incredible about the way this game is going. And a Raisin army. Like, we're chilling. Alright, we got a big one. I have already used 1 Blizzard. We pitched the second. So this is going to be a big turn. What I'm very likely looking to do is block with Ice Lock Glaze, Everbloom, and then just Tunic Mangle. But even so, from what she's shown me so far, this is going to be a big damage turn, but there's nothing behind it. I think we're blocking 6 here. We want to cover up the draw swords while we can, because I'm anticipating Blood Follows Blade. Which might be here. This is coming in for 8. So I'm not blocking it. If she Blood Follows Blades me, it's sick. If she doesn't, we're up. I get to send Mangle. Mangle has text. She's definitely doing work to close the gap, but I'm fine. I'm chilling. The next turn is where I'm going to draw my CNC Pummel and be really sad that I just used my Tunic. If she had Blood Follows Bladed there, I would have sheltered the 4, sheltered the 8, taken 4, taken the 3 from the minion, and then Titan's Fisted it. Okay, I'm like, are you just giving me Grains? A gift for me? She still does not have the yellow to Kassai. Oh good, even better than CNC Pummel is the double Pummel. So we are sinking a Pummel, is what you're telling me. And looking for something. Looking for something exciting. We definitely want to sink a Pummel and try to find just a better card. I could crown my arsenal. If I find CNC off the sink below, then I'm probably crowning my arsenal so I can put CNC Pummel together. But even if my turn is like, use sink the Pummel, find a blue, use shelter, maybe block with Everbloom, I'll arsenal a Pummel here. Kassai doesn't have arsenal destruction, so I feel pretty good about just setting a Pummel and waiting. I have seen 2 Mangles. I have an Oaken that I haven't seen. I have 2 CNCs that I haven't seen. Oh look, it's blood on her hands. We have 2 coppers? Yeah. And this is just attack twice? Oh, you needed the... okay. You needed the yellow for Kassai. Oh, cute. So this is coming in for 2? I might even just put a Pummel in front of this, honestly. Could put a Pummel in front of that. I could put the crown in front of it. I think putting the Pummel in front of this is relevant. And now I'm probably not sinking. I'm just like, I will just attempt to block with these 3 and arsenal a Pummel. Okay, so next one's coming in for 4. But does not have go again. Which means we're looking at like Blade Flurry, Blood Follows Blade. We'll sync this. I'm anticipating something. Oh. Alright. Shit. Well, dang. I could Everbloom an E-Strike. I think I'm just Titan's Fisting. And getting some cards out of my hand. I could have kept the sync below. I don't know. I was so prepared to deal with more than what actually happened. But there's no gold, there's only 1 yellow. It's like, I have a ton of life. Sadly, my Tunic won't be up, so I can't just like... First Jarl, you beaten with Puff, and good job, Colwell. That matchup is very fun. I like Puff and Jarl quite a bit. I feel like both sides have a lot of interesting decisions to make. Ew. This is a hand of cards. I really wish my Tunic was up, but we're approaching the bottom of the deck, which means that there will be another CNC coming very soon. So this could be a hand where I'm looking to block with Rootbound, block with Shelter, and then just send CNC, slow her down, and then get to CNC Pummel. We're out of Fellings. We have 1 more Plow. The awesome Plow Pummel Nonbo. Also at 23. Like, I can afford to take some damage. There's a Raisin Army. We've got the Saber coming in for 5. I am thinking I'm not going to block this. I would like to play the CNC. I will de-react it. I'm just waiting to see, like, something more interesting than this. We'll Rootbound here. Just to get the value while I can. Take 1. There's no on-hit here. It's just she makes a Vigor, and that's fine. Saber for 2 isn't anything that I'm going to block. Like, I will CNC Pummel off of just pitching a Shelter. I'm waiting for her to show me the Blood Follows Blade. In the Swing makes this 5. I think I'm pretty comfy de-reacting this. There's no on-hit. I'll just get my value. CNC is going to take 2 cards from her. Slows her down, puts me into a position to find the CNC Pummel that's coming up. And then I hit my pitch stack, and I get to just send Dominated Mangles. So what I'm hoping for is to just keep her on the back foot for long enough that the game, you know, ends. Ooh, Sigil of Solace is nice. Still representing more than half of her remaining life total, but yeah, the Sigil bait there is pretty good. Not a card I was expecting to see. You've seen the 3 Unsheath, which is great. We still only have 1 yellow in the graveyard. I love to see my opponent use Shelter for 1 value. Okay. That's fair. Please arsenal that Shelter so I can CNC Pummel you. Did we find it? No. No, we found the non-bow. That's interesting. How many ice cards do we have left in our deck? Let's see. So we have decomposed, 2 ice locks, 2 frozens. We have a blizzard, an ice lock, a frozen, a pulse that we haven't seen. Could definitely crown this. Feels very greedy. Bottom this macho and just look for something to keep her on the back foot. I guess we're bottoming the plow. Because I want my pummel. I mean, I'll pummel an Oakenold, like, that's fine. Terrace Under here is not bad. So I'll just send, yeah, we just Terrace Under Oakenold. Although we do know she has a D-React. So if we know she has a D-React, might just be this. We block 6. We mitigate the damage. We'll send the Oaken for 7. And we'll just look for the next thing. That seems fine. We're still at 21. I'm very confident that she can't kill me from 21 in a single turn cycle. So it just puts me in a position to keep her on the back foot, like, keep sending damage, try to chip some in, and then we get to kill her. She still only has 1 yellow in graveyard. I'm gonna hit my pitch stack before she hits her pitched Raisin Army. She might have another one, but she's also getting low enough, and between, like, the Pummel CNC, the 2 Mangles that are coming, I'm pretty comfortable letting the Raisin Army go and then just keep hitting her. Just hit her until she dies. Yeah, Rose, the Shelter for 1 would have been sick. If she had sheltered for 1 and then didn't have an arsenal, I would definitely Terrace Under Oaken here. But I know she has a D-React. She gets to do D-React, Dynamo, 3 block, and I've taken 5 damage and got 2 cards out of it, and, like, bad play. She's not gonna Dynamo me here? I guess she doesn't need to. Damn it, deck. I need this CNC. I can continue to just sustain, but, like, I'm looking for a play here. As I check my graveyard for, like, I didn't decompose this, did I? I have this, right? I think I don't block this. I wait to see how she's giving it go again. And then I can block the next thing. Now I'm gonna sink below it. I do not have any Okens left. I still have a Mangle that I haven't seen, so we will sink the Ice Lock. That's fine. I am happy to CLF Hammer here and continue to wait for my good cards to show themselves. It should be in the next hand, just based on it being turn 14 and what we haven't seen yet. I guess what I might draw is just, like, Mangle CNC. As long as there's a blue in there, we can work with it. Give me Dynamo, give me, I don't know, a 3 block. Did she finally get the second yellow engrave? She did not. Take it on the chin, please pitch a card. So if she does take it on the chin in response to my CLF, do I intentionally IP a card? I think what I do, because I pitch the crumble, play the CLF. If she responds with take it on the chin, I think I just pitch Macho to Gauntlet and say go. You have spent a card. Oh, I played a Mangle. That's why my count is off. Okay, so this should be my pitch stack. This should be my pitch stack, not this. I haven't seen any of these cards before. I get to do a really cool line where I E-Strike, go again, CNC Pummel. It requires me just taking a bunch of, like, not blocking anything. But because I have the CLF up, I'm pretty confident that I'm good. And I'm better served by just sending 15. Also, my CLF will still be up for this next turn. So any, like, defense reaction or prevention she tries to play on the E-Strike costs 1, so I'm taking cards from her as I'm hitting her, and then I should be finding a Mangle in my next hand, or maybe the hand after. We still have the gauntlets, like I'm chilling. We're so far ahead in this game. I feel like her draws have not been good. She had 0 tempo early, probably because she played 67 cards and just couldn't find go again. Somehow she has 23 cards in her graveyard and 1 of them is yellow. She's Kassai'd 3 times and we stopped all of them. Okay, I consent. So she apparently has a heater over there, and that take it on the chin was not from your arsenal. Okay. I'm cheating to see if I think that I am going to threaten this arsenal with CNC, or if she has an instant in it. She's played 2 sigils, so she could have a 3rd one. Is this still pummel? Okay, great. Good. I like that that's still pummel. There's the take it on the chin. So unless this is an instant, you will not be able to block the CNC. Also, I'm going to kill you. She gets an agility that she can't use. If this is not sigil, we win the game. Hello. Opponent says good game, so we will also say good game. Slice and dice. That was brutal. I've never dismantled a Kassai like that. That felt incredible. Her next hand is, if she gets to keep it, is like not good. I was 1 off of my stack. Okay, so I draw this hand. I know that I'm in my pitch stack, which means that I, depending on how blocking goes, I like block with imposing, pitch fruits to send hammer, arsenal pulse, IP the crumble, and then I draw Mangle, Blizzard, Macho, Mangle together, and I'm sad. Or no, sorry, right, because I'm IPing the crumble, so I draw the Mangle, Blizzard, Macho. Probably play Blizzard on whatever she does, or pitch it to pulse. Pitch crumble, Macho, Mangle for 10 dominate. If that doesn't kill her somehow, I draw into this hand, which goes Gauntlet, Mangle for 10 dominate, Arsenal Channel Link, and then we continue to be very far ahead. Okay, let's do this. Browser, we have to take our notes. Let me show you all the value you get if you are a channel member. Kassai, we win. Game plan is tempo, being mindful of going to second cycle. We went second. Game length was 15 turns. Winner's life total was 21. Reflections on the game. Utilized armor well. How do I like Ice Lock Glaze over Ison's Peak? It's so much better than Channel Mount Ison. Channel Mount, this is not a Channel Mount Ison meta. If it was slower, then yeah, like having the late game win con of here's a Frostbite, die is really good. But in the current meta, I'm expecting Syndra, Dio, Phi, even Kassai, like to be top decks. Kassai, not so much, but Syndra, Dio, Phi, decks that don't want to pitch and do want to lead with their arsenal. So like Phi arsenaling an Artifenix War and then you freezing it is so good. Or like arsenaling the Rise from the Ashes for their Artifenix War in hand, but now they can't play it until they pitch. Channel Ice Lock Glaze is so good. It's so much better than Channel Mount Ison. Utilize armor well to maintain early game tempo. Kassai drew some poopers and couldn't convert well to early damage. Likely because she fat stacked. One off good first cycle tempo plays while having set up an excellent second cycle, pushing dominated damage. Conclusions, tempo plan works well. Continue to draw. Good. Freezing their arsenal while they have a defense reaction is cathartic. That's also very true. That is a huge benefit of Channel Mount Ison. And like, even in the Guardian mirrors, if you're in the Jarl mirror and you draw into your second cycle Oakenold and you know that they have a defense reaction in Arsenal, you play Ice Lock Glaze, you freeze the Arsenal, then you Oakenold. If they don't have Tunic or they don't have an in-hand defense reaction, they just get hit. They just can't play their defense reaction. I need to use the bathroom, and I suspect that our next game is going to go pretty long. So I'm going to run the stream intro again for those of you who always come in after I start and haven't seen it, and then we'll be back with more Jarl gameplay. So stick around for 2 minutes. What's up, Daily Fab Gamers? Thank you so much for watching my stream. Before we jump into this red-hot action, let's review the rules. Don't be a dick. This should go without saying, but better safe than sorry. Chat with me. You know that I can talk at my computer for hours, but it's more fun when my computer talks back. And let's have a good time. I'm here to get sweaty, but that doesn't mean we can't have fun while I do it. Use the chat command DECK for a link to the list I'm playing here. It's also in the video description. Some of these decks are sick, and you might want to play them in real life. In that case, let me refer you to Hemel from the Bazaar. It's never been more affordable to play in the flesh and blood. Players have been buying the cards they need from Hemel for years. I started shopping from him in 2023 and have never found a better deal. The Bazaar's prices are the lowest for singles, full sets, and class sets, including new releases. Omens of the Third Age set bundles are available now and ship both domestically and internationally. Use the chat command HEMEL for contact info, then reach out on Blue Sky, Discord, email, or Twitter to see what he can do for you. Using the data command will produce a link to Fablazing.com, the best source for deck list, matchup, and tournament data. Do you have too much money? Give some of it to me. Custom channel tokens, as used by 2025 US National Champion and World's 2025 Top 8 competitor Majin Bay, are available from my Ko-Fi. Follow my tournament journey and spam the coolest emojis by becoming a channel member. And remember that channel members get matchup guides, post-game notes, elevated chat privileges, and more. Now settle in and get cozy because the stream begins now. I hope no one went anywhere. I told you not to. Let me very quickly update the deck command like I should have done earlier so that I can give you all this. So that if you want to play this deck, the free version without sideboard buttons, then you can do so. If you want the list with buttons, then become a channel member. You get buttons. You also get emojis that you can use in chat. You get access to the testing notes that you all just saw. And you just support me, Lupine Fiasco. Okay, so we are playing against Jarl, the Guardian Mirror. I'm not bringing in sigils. I don't like fat stacking in this matchup. Jesus. Well, I'm pretty glad that I'm both happy and sad that we're seeing this hand now. This hand is a stinker. What's sad is that if they do anything, I'm going to need to block with one of my very good cards. Yeah. So probably blocking with CNC. Hopefully we draw a blue. And I get to do E-Strike bottom Rootbound Carapace, pitch 4 into Shield Beater. I could Rootbound Carapace here. I think I will. It feels a little bad, but I get Earth in my graveyard. I really do like having D-React at the start of my pitch stack so that I can, like, block for 4. I think I'm just doing this. So I can block for 4, then like pivot, do my Fused Oaken or CNC Pummel or whatever. Because I have the Imposing and a blue, we're going to tutor out a Crumble. Put a Crumble on the Tunic, and then we're just going to E-Strike for 7. Not the best way to use an E-Strike. We do put an Oakenold at the bottom of the deck next to an Ice card, so we want to put an Earth card down there next to it. How important is destroying the Tunic in this matchup? Not incredibly. You would be surprised at how oh, that's very fortuitous. You'd be surprised at how tunicking is not like a huge deal. What's sad is that neither of these are Earth Blues. I would really like them to be, so that I can... Right, opponent has put a Blizzard down next to a Staunch. So their pitch stack is Plow. I can block like this. We covered the we cover the Terra Sunder, which is fine. The reason I wish one of these was an Earth Blue was so that I could use Mangle. I could use Gauntlets and then Mangle, so Mangle for 10 Dominate. As it is, it's going to be 8 Dominate, which they'll be able to cover with, like, Gauntlet 3 block. But it's still, you know, I'm getting armor. If it was 10, oh, that would be so good. They would need a defense reaction. They would need to give me 2 pieces of armor, which they currently don't need to do. So we're going to do this, or if I have my Tunic up. Like, we're 1 resource away from greatness. We will just send Mangle. We are putting a Plow down next to our Oaken and our Ice Guard. So we do have a second cycle Oakenold coming. Opponent needs to give us card and armor to protect the Tunic. The Fiddlers, that I want to see who our opponent is. I should know who what the system is. I believe it is a known Guardian player. Fiddlers in Jarl. Not a fan, personally. It's Fatigue. This is Fatigue Jarl that we're playing against. We do have the ability to decompose. We do not have the ability to send felling for 8. So depending on their line, we might be looking to like shelter this, tunic mangle, arsenal felling. It's probably what I'm gonna do. Opponent is pitch stacking D-reacts. We need to accelerate through our deck because our Oaken is going to line up with a Staunch. What we have going for us is that we're going to find it before they do, but... Oh, is this Thomas? Okay, I know Thomas has been working on Jarl with Damien. Alright, Fatigue Guardian. Not my favorite kind of Guardian, but it is effective, for sure. Sending this Mangle might have been less good, because we're just, like, we're burning threats. Baby Plow? Baby Plow is fine. I mean, I put a felling back at the bottom of the deck, which is like, okay. I believe we're sinking a sink. Can block with the Autumn's Touch, and then sink a sink. I mean, we could play a Sink Below, not sink a card, and then play Felling, bottom this Frozen, Arsenal Sink Below. It's not exciting. None of our plays are really exciting. I didn't trust. I didn't trust. If I had sunk this, if I had synced the sink, I would have been able to Frozen this Tunic, which again I don't think is like a huge deal. Here I'm just bottoming 2 Frozens, which is not terribly exciting. So we have a very good Oaken pitch stack, and then like nothing after that. Which is maybe going to kill us. Our opponent's pitch stack is not terribly interesting either. It just means that we can't Arsenal D-react because of the Plow Unders. I mean, we can. We just need to be aware that we are not... we need to be aware that we are not going to be able to Arsenal the D-reacts and then keep them. Shield Beater against Sledge, this already looks bad. It's questionable. We already got paid off for having the Stalagmite because I got to block a dominated Terra Sundered Sledge without giving a piece of armor. No, you're late. That's a sink. So we are going to sink the Rootbound. Fruits here is interesting. We don't have enough Earth cards in Grave to make me want to pitch it. I could have played Channel Lake Frigid and then send Shield Beater. I'm just going to send Shield Beater and gain 2 life. Putting some ice cards next to the Frozen to Death to like maybe have something to do. Opponent keeps a full hand, which makes me think that something scary is going to happen. Fused Oakenold. That is a scary thing that is happening. Showing me Autumn's Touch channeling Frigid. This could be Pummel, and then we just get, like, blown the fuck out. Stalagmite doesn't bail us out. I can cover this with armor. And cover it like this. And then send the Dominated Mangle. I could also... I mean, we could just get hit. Which is probably the right play, honestly. Yeah, we're just gonna get hit. I will play this Shelter, though, to give myself the opportunity to arsenal a thing. Let's bottom this Oaken. And then we'll send Shield Beater. So setting up the pitch stack, we've got an Oaken next to a Pulse with a Mangle. Like, ideally what we're looking to do is play the Pulse, or play the Oaken, fuse it with Pulse, IP the Pulse, and then Mangle. Okay, opponent has another Heater. Mangle is definitely spooky. Alright, so this is going to be for 10. Alright, this was your arsenal. You didn't show it to me. This could be Pummel. If I block 5 here, then I don't need to worry about the Mangle on hit. If I block with Imposing, I take 7, I lose either Gauntlets or Stalagmite. It's probably Gauntlets, but I get to keep Stalagmite. I don't think that's worth it. If I get pummeled here, how bad is it? I think not. It's not great, but I don't think it's terrible. They didn't block, so there's a very good chance that I'm getting pummeled. In which case... I'm just fine with it. Because if I get pummeled here, it means that they don't have an arsenal. So then my CNC pummel isn't even good. If I had gotten pummeled, I would have discarded the CNC to the pummel, discarded the fruits to gain 2, and then just arsenaled this pummel. Now the question is, am I going to CNC, or am I going to pummel this CNC if they give me Crown of Providence? I think the answer is still yes. I take my damage, I get a card from hand. I don't need to worry about getting CNC'd and losing my arsenal. This game will be over in 3 hours. I love Guardian Mirrors. I really enjoy the Guardian Mirror. I think it's very interesting, and I'm so bad at it because I don't know how to track pitch yet. I'm really trying to learn. I have to track my own pitch. I have to track their pitch. I know that I have a stacked Oaken coming, I believe, before they get to their D-Reacts to stop it. I know that I have Mangles coming after that, and the Mangles are less good because of the D-Reacts. We've seen a Staunch. So I'm going to pummel this. Watch them discard of Fiddlers, and I'll just be very sad. Okay, we take that. E-Strike for buff. I do have an E-Strike in my deck. I could take 7, go to 19, send back Tear Sundered Shield Beater for 6, which only works if they give me all of their armor, or which doesn't work if they give me all their armor or if they have a defense reaction. So we're probably just blocking with Ice Lock Glaze. I can... I haven't seen an Everbloom yet. I'm going to block 6, and we'll just Shield Beater for 5. I was thinking about playing the Everbloom to get back an E-Strike, but I don't think I need to do it now. I'm going to put the Terra Sunder, so it should be Fused Oaken, nothing, Fused Oaken Tear. In paper, use alt art unlimited cards in deck to track your pitch because you're bad and lazy. What does that mean? I don't love this because I don't have a good answer to it. I wish this Pummel was a different card. So I have a few options. The Mangle isn't threatening an on-hit, it's just 10, which I really don't want to take. My hand doesn't do all that much. Felling is very good. If I block with Ice Lock Glaze, I take 7 to 18, I send the Felling, I bottom my own Pummel, and then it isn't really next to anything. If I could block with the Pummel, which I really don't want to do. I don't think I'm far enough ahead in this game that I can throw away win cons. So I could make this block. So here's 9, I take 1, I arsenal this Pummel, my Tunic goes to 2, show me that you can stop me before my next turn, and Tunic goes to 3. I could crown away the Pummel, but that seems terrible. Like, making this block with crown, bottoming the Pummel, hoping I draw a blue, or else I do actual nothing on my turn, and I'm wide open to CNC. So I think I'm doing this. Noting that I could have sent a Felling here if I had blocked with my Pummel. I just think it's worth to not block with Pummel there. This is a bad hand of cards. My god, he's sprouting. Oh, wow. That is certainly a hand to have me do nothing. I'm just taking 8 here, and I'm really sad about it. And you're showing me a Felling as well. It's a baby Felling, but still. Oh wait, this costs 4. Okay, I actually just can't do anything. Yeah, that's rough. It doesn't mean that I'm not doing anything, so this Felling can't decompose. It is just going to be a baby Felling if that's what he ends up doing. You can legally have 3 different versions of cards in your deck, especially Aria, First Unlimited, and a promo or a foil, so you can start your stack with specific cards. I mean, that is nice. What's up, Chris? It's like, that's a reasonable thing to do. I'm doing well. This Jarl mirror is not going great. It's like fine adjacent. I would like to be farther ahead than I am. Alright, there's baby Felling. You fused with a pulse, right? So you okay, so you still have a pulse in hand, which means it's probably in your arsenal. I have a few lines I can take. Like bottom this plow, play sink, send the stacked Oaken. I think we are doing that. I'm bringing Jarl to PT. That's the plan. Go ahead and sink the Oaken, because I could have drawn into Command and Conquer and then been like super far ahead. We're just gonna beat her. My pitch deck is looking pretty good. I just need to make it that far. I really suspect my opponent has a Pulse of Isenloft in Arsenal. So I'm looking for my last Command and Conquer. We didn't find it. Jesus. Lock with an E-Strike. We'll just send our hammer. Opponent has been very good at finding the Oaken hands that line up. It's very annoying. What's up, Damien? Damien, this is going terribly. I need Thomas to relax. I need Thomas to, like, pitch stack instead of just finding the Oakens. I mean, the man is playing Fiddler's Greens, and he's not setting up a pitch stack. It's really a choice that he's made. You're late. I needed you earlier. E-Strike go again into Sledge. I'm going to keep this hand so that I can CNC Pummel. And try to get some tempo back. We're going to make a fateful decision to not block here. Our opponent is arsenaling a Pulse of Isenloft, and I would like to be able to threaten it. I sure do wish I had my Tunic up. This is, like, heavily telegraphed. I mean, what's nice is, like, even if they sniff out the CNC Pummel, which I definitely have, they're in a weird spot as far as blocking goes. Just because their armor lineup is not great anymore. What's really nice for them is they're allowed to block with gauntlets because they've played 2 Mangles. Yeah, we are going to pummel this. Get the Pulse, get a card from hand. Another Fiddler's, that's so annoying. Fiddler's Green is certainly a card. See, what's been interesting about this game is, like, my opponent's... Okay. Like, my opponent's pitch deck is bad. It just so happens... or my opponent's deck, like, is bad at pitch stacking. It just so happens that they've been finding the Oaken ult. How good is Jarl after the Remembrance ban? I think he's very good. I think he's a very solid deck. He's the best Guardian. And it isn't close. Remembrance was a hindrance. Like, so it did give him points into Huntsman. It gave him, like, I think points probably into Kassai. But these are still winnable matchups. And he's really benefited from Victor being gone. Victor was the only hero that you really needed 3 Remembrances against. You also benefit from, like, other... What was I saying? From other decks not having Remembrance, like Gravy is much worse into you. than it used to be. Are you waiting on me or am I waiting on you? I'm waiting on you. You have a Frostbite. You're possibly taking one. Opponent, please. Would Mario feel bad still? It's a tough matchup. I think you're favored, but you do need to play it well. Alright, opponent has a decision to make. We are coming up on our pitch stack, which is nice. It's not like Jarl has a lot of competition for Best Guardian. This is true. What may lose me this game is just my life total is so low. Like, I have set up good combinations of cards. It's just actually doing them is going to be hard. What's nice is our opponent is out of Fiddler's Greens. We haven't seen a sigil yet. This Frostbite means that any D-React has to be paid for. Well then, Pleiades Slander, SMH your head. Pleiades could be tough. Like, Fatiguides is probably real, but I'm not overly concerned about it. Mario versus Jarl is a skill matchup, for sure. That is unfortunate, considering what I have. Considering that I set this up, and I now don't get to do it. One turn off Tunic. You hate to see it. So yes. That's so unfortunate for us. Which means that we are just sending Plow under. I don't know that this loses us the game, but that Winter's Bite was very bad for us. Yikes. Yeah, and they know where we are in our pitch. Holy Channel Mount Ice and hurt me. This game has been rough, Rob. This game has been rough. It started very well, and then our Fatigue Jarl opponent just happened to find fused Okens. All three of them. And I'll have to check. I'm pretty sure all three Okens. Yep. All three fused Okens first cycle. Into the colors. Like, this is just pretty brutal. Because they're now going to get to their pitch stack of D-Reacts that they need to counter our Okenold stack. That's so unfortunate. That Winter's Bite bailed them out in a very big way. Is this your list? I don't believe this is your list. Are you on, are you on Fiddlers? Oh, shit. Oh, I fucked this up. Fuck. I don't have gauntlets anymore. And I don't have Tunic. Yeah, I mean, let's play it out. Don't worry about it, Rob. This game is over. This game ended when our opponent just drew the nuts. Like, I don't like this list. And Damien, I think you're still here. This is so many 2 blocks with Fiddlers. Like, I don't know. I'm salty about it. The 3 fused Oakenolds first cycle is so unlikely that they just nattied into. Been 1 turn off Tunic twice now. 1 turn off the CNC that I needed. This feels very much like I lost this game. We'll see. I'll try to scramble my way out of it, but now they're back to defense reactions. Like, I had an opening. They also, like, found the CNCs towards the end of their stack. This feels very much like the deck kind of conspired. Our decks collectively conspired against me. I do not think this is your list, Rob. This is Thomas. Fatiguedes Thomas. Like, if anyone knows how to build Fatigue Jarl, it's him. Yeah. And hypo, and just like plays that don't make sense. I'm not happy about it. Blizzard, which I can respect. The main deck Blizzard that doesn't really come up. Yeah, I'm not happy about this. It feels very like the game conspired against me. We'll see. Maybe I can claw it out. Feels unlikely. Here's the pommel. This doesn't matter. 2, 3. Go to 2. We'll just send E-Strike. They still have E-Strikes. Yeah, we're very dead. We're just going through the motions. I was consistently a turn off of everything I needed to do. I do think I played this game well for the most part. Like, I think taking the first Oaken was correct. I feel like I played the game well. Our opponent just kind of outskilled us. Kind of out... I hate to claim variance, but it does feel like this was our game to lose. And we just happened to. Shake it off, just one of those games. Yeah, we're going to do our best. I'm very tempted to concede, but I will play it out. I did not fat stack. I think fat stacking is bad in this matchup. This is where I'm like, our opponent lucked into this win. The fact that the Okens lined up and that the CNCs came at the end of the game. Our opponent was two hands behind us. If they find the CNCs earlier, if they don't have the CNCs at the end of the game when they need them, they die. All right, we're just gonna pack it in. I have no interest in playing out this game. We just continue to slowly die. Our opponent still has gas in the deck. Yeah. This is... I don't think fat stacking is good in the Jarlmere, because you do want to get to your pitch stack sooner, which we did. It just so happens that our opponent had the tech, like had it line up. I need to go here. So Jarl, loss, game plan, second cycle, pitch stack. We went second. Game life was how many turns? 21. They had 9 life. Reflections on the game. Made good blocking decisions. Set up excellent pitch stack. Just hard to compete with 3 first cycle Oaken Olds and bottom of deck CNCs when I find my stacked Oakens. Possibly took too much damage to send subpar hands, but was really punished for asking opponent to have to convert hands while they're ripping every Oaken in the deck. I think I played the game well. We just got unlucky. Our opponent's deck said, nah, you're not going to win this game. More people should admit that sometimes you get variance. I think fewer people should. It's such a cop-out. Like, I chose to block 9 on a Mangle for 10 that had no crush to Arsenal a Pummel instead of blocking 5 sending Felling, which would have been a higher value line on its face and would have not necessarily taken tempo from my opponent, but it would not have given them the insane tempo that they had to just chain Oaken Olds. Like, I think it's very beneficial for me to just look at that and say, I think I made the wrong call. I don't think I needed that pummel to win the game. It would have been better for me to just keep my opponent off of winning the game. I don't know, you're the only one I ever see who mentions it. Every other person says it's all skill. I think there are very few unwinnable games of Fab. I really do think that game could have gone my way if I navigated differently. Oh, speaking of games that I'm not going to win, our opponent's got a pretty nice start here. I get to gain a bunch of life, which is good. I want to do life here. I think what I'm doing is Sigil Fruits pass and just stare across the table at my opponent and say, you gonna punish me? You gonna go for it? Okay. Cool. This doesn't... Oh, wait, this does matter. I need to pitch the 2 block so that I can block 6. Not that, I mean, it doesn't super matter, but... Oh, okay. Sure. I guess we'll both undo. So now this hand doesn't do anything? I can't really be mad at my opponent for undoing the turn. I just think it's interesting that they saw that I was willing to pitch to AB and then said, no, we're good. I am going to change direction. Like, okay. This is a hand of cards. Oh, all right. This is still a hand of cards. So we do what? We're just kind of sad. That was a hell of a pitch stack. We'll just send an Oaken here. That's fine. Put these 2 Fellings at the bottom. We don't super mind going long against Vynnset. Let's separate the Fellings. This is a hand of cards. You're late. And our opponent's doing the big setup thing, which is correct. It's unfortunate that we are not drawing hands that really convert. See if they want to go for it. They haven't played a shadow, so Vynnset's off, which means I can actually stop any of the on hits from Deathly Wail. The on damage. Okay. Sure. That's certainly interesting. Block with Crumble, that lets me decompose the Felling. Send a baby Felling, but I think that's okay. Sadly, I cannot kill the Nazareth with this hand. And our little baby Felling. Was it better to Fruits turn 0? I didn't want to give her the opportunity to just like send a Deathly Wail that is going to connect. Was my thinking. My thinking was she is definitely going to, which is why I'm like salty that she undid her. That, to be fair, I pitched wrong. It makes me salty that she saw that I was going to be able to AB and like block, which is why she then like stopped her thing. Like the undoing gets a little shifty as far as like, well, I undid, so you should be able to undo. I'm just like, okay, I pitched the wrong card. I did not gain information by undoing. She did. Just where I'm like, whatever. All right. We got a big old turn happening, which the Blizzard might end up being relevant here. The fact that I have a bunch of reds is much less good. Okay. So you needed this card. This does not currently have Go Again. So we take the 1, because we have to. So this does not currently have Go Again. She's gonna Creepers it, I guess? Tunic this. I think it's better for me to pitch Blizzard here, because I think this is going to be Creepers instead of like... I mean, this does not actively have Go Again, so it's definitely Creepers. We are taking the 2. You will have planned around Stalagmite, so we'll give you Gauntlet's Plow. That's fine. Honestly, yeah, that's pretty okay. We need another Earth card in our grave, but now the next Felling or Plow that I play, I just decompose. Oh, I'd already decomposed. Oh, shit. Lol. Alright. Well. Hey, we found blues. We still don't have a way to kill Nazareth, but we're working on it. Believe you me. We are working on a way to kill this Nazareth. Thankfully, our opponent is working on killing herself. So this Blizzard, I am going to guard with my life. I think she's going to be looking to put a very large turn together, and this Blizzard is going to bail me out. Do you keep the Blizzard to plow the Nazareth? No, I don't think it's worth it for me to take a shit ton of damage to kill the Nazareth. I would have had to take way too much. Also, I mean, in hindsight, the Cull gets her around it, but I think we're just looking for like Mangle, Oaken, CNC. We have things that kill Nazareth. We're also asking her to find Go Again for Nazareth. Like, I don't care if she just sends 6 at me and passes. So we are going to be pitching. Which means maybe we... Maybe we, are just doing... Maybe we are pitching this Blizzard then, unfortunately. Much as I wanted to hold on to it with my life, Pulse here is just very good. Okay. Shadow Puppetry. Okay, next attack action card you play gets +1. That's fine. So we will Pulse here to cover the 6. She closes Chain, gets 1 Rune Chant. Plays Eulogy? I guess it can only be Eulogy? Oh, that works. We just skip all the Rune Chants. I suppose we were blocking 8. I mean, we're definitely blocking with Shelter. Yeah, that's fine. We'll take 3. We'll let her miss. Nice. Nazareth comes for 6. That's fine. Just Arsenal a Sync Blow and call it a day. Hey, here's some blues. Hey, here's the worst way in my deck to kill Nazareth. If she, I mean, she might just pass. Like, if she's trying to set up again, or play some non-attacks and then just say go. And I will absolutely Macho Grande that Nazareth. Or, like, block 3 and then Tunic Macho the Nazareth. Save my Sync Below. Maybe I'm supposed to Channel Lake. It kind of depends on if she keeps creepers or not. But Channel Lake could be okay. Steven, I don't know if I actually said hi to you, but in case I didn't, hello. What's up, Rob? Hello? Hello, my opponent. Are you waiting for me or am I waiting for you? I'm waiting for you. So I do need to stop this. I would like to try to turn off the creepers. Okay, she's creeping. Creepers for pup. Yeah, we'll Sync here. Think that's fine. She gets her Eloquence. Okay, well, sure. I will not be able to deal with Nazareth. This is coming for 7. So I'm going to Stalagmite here. This does stop the Nazareth attack. And stops the Widespread. And I also just get cards out of my hand. I probably should have pitched it differently. Not that I'm super anticipating that to matter. I'm really not paying attention to my pitch stack. I feel like by the time I get to second cycle, it's like, how well has she set up killing me compared to... Feels like it's out of my hands. I've taken 1 arcane. The creepers will die. She does have an action point, so she could... Yeah, you can't do that. You also can't flail me. It's almost like I set it up this way. Hello? Opponent? Nope, can't do that either. Both of those cost 1. Oh my god. Opponent, please. So the thing about frostbiting your opponent, when they have no cards in hand, and no tunic, and no available resources, is that their turn ends. And that's pretty cool. Hey, we found a 3rd blizzard, and our opponent has an open arsenal slot, or open armor slot. And we can even kill this stupid Nazareth. This, when this attack... Ooh, we killed it. I have to check Plow. I know that it works this way because of Gravy. If you attack a Gravy ally and also decompose, then it does the thing. Classic TCG Pro. My opponent can't read. My opponent never learned to read. You got 1 rune chant. Yes, this is Machination. Are you hard casting or are you giving me Quill Hand? It would seem that we're getting Quill Hand. So this is coming for 4 plus 5. I will Blizzard now and say you cannot convert your hand. Plow Under does continue. Well, Plow Under is an attack trigger. So for one thing, it gets the +4. I will need to decompose because I only have 3 in my banish. It will attack for 6 after I decompose. That was my question that I had forgotten, but now remember is the text happens when I attack Nazareth. That was the important part, is I will attack Nazareth for 6, and Vynnset's Arsenal goes away. Now, for how long this has been in Arsenal, it might be a defense reaction, in which case I'm just helping her, but I think I'm willing to take that chance. She has pitched a reduce, so this very well could be a reduce. You did not pay. We will tunic here so that you can't, what's the one? You can't succumb me. And then I will take the 5. This does not have text. This doesn't have an on hit. I mean, the on hit is she makes 2 rune chants. Oh, it's overpower. That's interesting. I could give Crown and stop it. Because I really don't want to take 5 and give her the 2 rune chants. So I could make this block and then just Arsenal the Plow and say, surely you can't do that again. That seems fine. I think I will keep this Channel Link Frigid. This might be wrong. Yeah, I was thinking if I sink it, maybe I draw a defense reaction. And now I have this Channel Link, and I'm hoping that that matters. But it probably won't. She has 3+ rune chance. Yeah, I should have sank. And either find a blue, and I just, like, pitch it. Or IP it, or I find a D-React and Arsenal it, or I find a different red and Arsenal it, because now I'm just going to lose this Channel Lake to the widespread. Yeah, that was a mistake. I don't think it's a game-losing mistake, but it was definitely wrong for me to not sink there. She just widespreads me. Even if she does literal nothing else on her turn but widespread me, I guess I'm not guaranteed to lose the Frigid. I could stop it. Discard Shelter. Okay, this is number 3. Alright, well, we're out of those. You did not Vynnset here. I didn't want to swing Hammer because I think this is a defense reaction and I want her to just have it. Discard Shelter because she did not Vynnset. And we will sink, and I will again not sink this Imposing. Because if she, like, dirges me, I want the opportunity to do something about it. Alright, she just Nazareths. I'll block 3 here. We're chilling. Oh. Oh, I knew that would happen. Okay, never mind. We're fine. Still lose the Channel Lake. It's still wrong to Arsenal it. It's, like, not as bad as things could have been, but that was not good. If she just passes, damn it. Damn it. Like, if she just passes, I can Oakenhold her. And it's not, like, overpowered or anything. I just do not like playing against her. It's a very, like... I think it's an interesting game, because it's just very much, like... Did your deck do... Which of our decks did the thing? It's almost like playing against Dash.io, where it's just very, like... What I do doesn't matter, but what you do matters a lot. So this is coming for 9 go again. And you're going to make 2 back. So we'll pitch. Again, I don't think this matters. There's block 9. You do have floating resources, so I can't juice you on the Nazareth. Which means I was then not supposed to pitch because I lost a point of value. Alright, I have been juiced. Attacking the Arsenal would have been good. Will require your hands to convert on their set of turns. Yeah. It's just very, like... It's just very much whose deck does better. Does her deck do the thing? Because my deck is just always going to do one thing in this matchup, which is mitigate damage. We're really just asking her deck to do a thing. Yay, we found space. I get to actually kill this dumb idiot. This Naz has been a shit ton of value. I finally get to kill it. My question is... Am I supposed to... I think I'm supposed to keep the sink below. I'm supposed to get my full 4. This Naz just came down at a great time. I did not draw hands early that allowed me to deal with the Nazareth, which is just unfortunate. Like, I think I just got unlucky. I'd have to go back and watch this game again, because Rob brought up a good point. At some point, I could have taken a shit ton of damage to kill the Nazareth, to plow under it. And I wonder if, ugh, this is not a good hand to deal with all these rune chants. And I wonder if I was supposed to do that. Because, yeah, the Nazareth is just... If I lose this game, it's because of Nazareth. Thoughts on Fatigue? I see people complain about the game plan of Fatigue. Personally, I believe it's a skill check. What do you think? I want to believe it's a skill check, but then your Fatigue Jarl opponent just rips 3 natty Oakenolts in first cycle. Wasn't even a shit ton. I'd have to go back and rewatch it. I had, like, one hand that killed it, Rob. I'm not counting Macho Grande as a hand that kills Nazareth. Yee. Alright, we die here. Did that hand have a Macho in it? Alright, I'm gonna have to go back and check. I'm pretty sure my hand does not kill Nazareth without taking damage. I think you're all trolling me. Did I have it on... Rob, I don't want to talk about it. You're starting to frustrate me. I appreciate what you're saying. You're also making me mad now. I don't remember. Oh, Drew, you want to talk about pissing me off? You bring up Summit while I'm losing a game to Nazareth. Oh, right, call. Alright, so I'm dead. So then I'm not supposed to sink? I'm supposed to just block with the CNC? You all need to stop with the Nazareth. I understand that I have thrown this game. I made a mistake. You are all compounding it. Jesus. My stream certainly knows that you kill Nazareth. Alright, well, not because of all of you, but I am going to call it here. Ugh, what a day. We had a really good Kassai win, and then we just got, I want to say, very unlucky against a Jarl who just nattied into it, and then, yeah, that Nazareth got too much value because I didn't see that I could have killed it. Have to go back and rewatch. But I will be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard. We're going to be playing some Aurora. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. Thank you all for hanging out. I apologize for getting salty at the end, but I also don't, because that's what the stream is. And if you're still here at this point, after watching that Jarl game, then you know what to expect. So, yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. And until the next time I see you all, take care.